rub my foot. Calm your little hot pants down, man. He only got one female cat, bro. You gonna have to just chill. laundry. I gotta run out. City council meeting got me tired, guys. And I want to come back and read, but I gotta make some breakfast before I do anything, all right? So what's happening? What's cracking, everybody? I let it be known that I was gonna go on here, drop a few things today. And some things I'm probably gonna hold back on. I'm gonna shout you guys out because you know I gotta put it away from me. I don't want the down here EMF is much higher. At least at this AM, it actually tested that. I don't wear my collar device on here because I don't want them to see it. On my lapel device. Today it's moderate. It's at 60. But it fluctuates. Like I said, yesterday the highest I saw was 85. I stayed down there, I don't care. All right, anywho, you see the thumbnail, all right? I'll respond to people on here. I'm gonna shout you guys out on here, okay? If it's all right with you. Got my cinnamon and dandelion tea. I gotta take the, oh, that's good. Oh, need some more cinnamon though. Oh, that's good. I need a lot more cinnamon, actually. Let's get that out. Whoo! Hoo-dee-hoo. Damn, that's good. That's freaking good. All right. Excuse me. The Angry Prepper. I'm gonna check you out later there, brother. And why is it doing that when I'm right here? Just make sure the volume is down. There we go. Let me holler out. Hey, Snoop, what's going on, baby girl? Hey, Rondo, what's going on, beloved brother? Mikey Hill, West Side, Humble French, the Chief Dark Bull, Trauma, what's going on, baby? What's going on, my brothers? The Chief Dark Dog, yay, the Chief Dark Bull Hills, what's cracking? Grey Wolf, what's going on, beloved? Where the old wifey at, man? Yeah, I got y'all's message last time. I appreciate you guys, man. B-Trey, what's cracking? Yeah, don't worry. I don't want to keep y'all here. Big Plenty. I don't want to keep y'all on here long, man. I just want to get this done and do the things I got to do so I can come back and we can go over and read. So anyway, you see the you saw the thumbnail. Now I've been holding back some things because I feel, hey, Shakira, what's cracking? I've been holding back some things because I find it very important because I still see people very animated in their discussions. I see Cali, 216. I see he's big on this no God thing. I broke down the etymology of it, but when people get into that circle, we're in an environment where most people have a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions, and they bind all their thought process to it. Now, I know that the word God doesn't exist as far as it's being utilized. When these greedy things that want you to believe they're elite and Phoenicians, all these narratives to which they're not, okay, they're the lower of the scum, the lowest of the scum bucket, all right? Their thing is to make sure that you believe in the fact that you die early, that your life was never meant to be anything, and you were meant to be less. First of all, the mud flood, that was made by something, regardless of whether it be man-made. Regardless of where we made it, mankind and humans, who unleashed or whoever did what they did to create, the 1,000-foot walls of water, the tsunamis. I don't know how to really put this, but everything right now is being dealt upon by a very diabolical, malicious thing, a thing that never existed on this earth. Okay? They never were in the position they were in. Okay? The sad thing is they're well hidden. Now, what is troubling is the fact that so many people play on things without even having real knowledge of whatever they talk about. I keep telling you that we go back to a source when we leave here. That we can walk parallel to many dimensions, but we're supposed to walk in them right now, but they need you not to do that. Right now, you have over 216,000 people in America alone dying of cancer every year, a 50%, maybe over 50 to 60% increase. It might be less. You can look it up. I don't know. I do this stuff. This is knowledge I had like a few months ago I'm running with, so it might change. It might have changed. When most people know, like cancer, man-made, well, made by individuals. I hate saying man, the epitome of who we truly are. And woman. Most people don't know, like you see me, I take skate oil, which is fermented. Most people don't know that cancer can live without that oxygen. It lives based on a fermentation of something that's proprietary to which it is. But it's easily killed by alkalinization, but by what types of food source? Not by cooking chickpeas. And most people can't eat chickpeas unless it's fresh picked. And then if it's dehydrated, you got to reconstitute it by what? Rehydrating it, right? Boiling it, whether it be 2 to 5 minutes, whatever. avocados, things like that, jackfruit. Most people don't know nothing about this because it was never part of the dietary intake. When I told people we had jackfruit that grew in Georgia and Florida, they said, you're a lie. It grows in Jamaica. I says, no, they destroyed the plants. The roots are still there. I says, do you know what a sycamore tree? I started asking simple questions, which most people don't know nothing about because it's not part of that dynamic of how they've been institutionalized. Somebody asked me, well, Rich, you always talking about the orphan trains. This is a native. And you always talking about the orphan trains and the orphan boats. I said, but it's facts. Y'all people weren't here before y'all weren't here before the 1700s. I don't care how you want to look at it. It's a lie. Your whole presence, from Fort Defiance and Navajos, all of a sudden come here with the Hopi and about 20 other tribes, where there's only like 4 or 5 right now, and most of them are intermingled. I sit with the Hopi and talk with them all the time, and they're really, really pissed. They've been looking for us for a long time, y'all. Them and the original Apache. Not these things now call themselves Apache. Now, I'm not pushing hate. What I'm saying is the venerator of truth. Somebody said, oh, so you're a Tartarian? I says, I always have been. Since Tartaria existed. We're the Republic. It doesn't matter where it started at. But I can tell you that here, everything of the world which is a greater build. That's why we were still building the things that were destroyed and not a pale skin. How do people come here and build log cabins as they did over in England, unable to use the toiletry and everything else, and build log cabins when we have these great cities? Because they didn't build them. And even their architectures, they weren't even architects. That's why they kept coming to the Melnay people with these fake African, whatever you want to call these people, wanted to create this narrative of Moors. Now, I know people are still pushing it hard. I'm tired of that. Seafarers to be called Moors, I've had enough of this made-up terminology as well. And it's like they're fractured because of religious ideology. I am so tired of religious ideology because without our ancient teachings, they wouldn't have had nothing to create what they've done. People want to believe, like when I'm reading, I'm asking you to pay attention. I already showed you where they added 500 to 1,000 years, and most people won't even buy into that, and that's by their own narrative. That's something I learned from a 90-year-old Masonic woman. The time, she used to always tell me, the time is wrong. You're not the age you think you are. Stop worrying about birthdays. Stop decreeing and removing a time from you. The Great Wall of China is not the Great Wall of China. It was a wall to keep them out, the ones that are there now, by the Tartarians of that era. And that wasn't that long ago. Just like in the islands of the Anu, the walls and the grand cities that were built upon heaps of the enemy's bones and everything else. But nobody wants to hear that truth. Why? Because we weren't seafaring like we were. We were having our own intrusion. We were fighting until we started fighting each other. Because there's something we weren't used to was the perversions that we're dealing with. And we're dealing with them at such a high level. Whenever I go out, I look at people. And now I'm getting strength from not just knowing the truth. I'm getting stronger because I see the weakness of the lie. And the sad part is they don't have to be in their lie. Everybody can be together, but I know it's hard for some of y'all to acclimate and grasp that because you're still having a hard time acclimating and dealing with your lie. I know it's not going to sound good, but hey, it is what it is. If I said that we all got together at one time, and we literally did, and you have a hard time believing that, that's not my problem. But we knew our boundaries, and it wasn't bad or good boundaries. We just had a way of living that was not intrusive to one another and was fine. It was not looking at it with a perverted eye going, you can't be with that person because they crayon fictional color. When I read to you and I thought that would be a drop in the hat. White and black is an accessory. I mean, not a good one. Not, some things you wear don't look good. All these people walking around talking about goth. That is steeped on a Tartarian narrative of fighters. And these people are the weakest things walking around. The most perverted in the mind concept because they don't know the origin of it. It took Depeche Mode and REM and all that kind of crap to bring it out. But while people was doing the long going, bluegrass, until it became some Christian ideology by the orphans who didn't know even where the origin, how we created that music, which was all harmony. You know how many notes and tones came out of bluegrass when it first came out? Thousands. You know how many come out now? Google it. Put it up, Snoo, if you can find it, or Lloyd. I want to see everybody go beyond the scope of where you're at, and that's what I wanted to do. When I said I want us to segregate, because I need to educate my people. I don't think you get where I'm coming from because you think you and I are the same. You're really doing the little world you live in, the little fictional, made-up world you live in. You really do, and I'm not putting myself above anybody. I always put myself right there with you to walk alongside me, but you don't even know. The enemy, I doubt they even know. I think they're starting to realize, but y'all don't get it. You just don't get it because you walk around in this little pretend Indian fake little world and you don't know the truth. Some people have a hard time garnering the fact that I was the one to share with everybody in 1988. I know a bunch of pale skins in Georgia and over here in Tupelo, Mississippi, Orlando, and Duval County, a bunch of pale skins that got Negro and black on the birth certificates. All my friends used to laugh at me. And Derek Walker, if you're here, brother, I know you come and look. Say, he ain't lying. See, y'all think you know everything, and I keep telling you don't. You know how many people in Puerto Rico and all them places are originally from here, and they speak Espanol, and they shouldn't. They should be speaking the language we should be speaking, which is our ancient language, which no one's allowed to speak. No one knows how to speak, but the Vatican and one Frenchman, they have all this, our languages. You think I'm lying? So when I say Shana and Hawa, you think that just came out of nowhere? When I said Spanish flu came out of Ohio, people said thought I was crazy. I literally had people email us, you're a nutcase. I was like, you know what? And I'm cool with it because it's emotions and feelings derived off of a lie. There's nothing I can do about it except for continue to seek those who are more wise. I had a little troll come said something stupid the other day. I was like, I wouldn't care if it was that fake A thing or if it was a living, a breathing thing that's half alive. I don't care about you trolls. Whenever you do say something you can't articulate it properly, or throw a whole slaughter, my Michael C. Hampton, whole dictionary or copy and paste, I just block you. You're irrelevant. Your life meaningless to me. I always say, if you seek death, go and find it, for it awaits you in an abode of not joy or happiness, but in the place that you steep yourself in, and then murk and myrrh. You don't even know what those terms mean. Even in the scripture, it's wrong. I am so tired of attempting to illuminate and elevate and bring you to a place that I am, because some of you actually think in the little world you walk that it circumvents your truth and that you're dynastic to it. And when you're not part of the dynasty, how can you be part of the dynasty when you have lived a lie? And then your feelings is so obtruse. I can't listen to that, man. I don't care. Then go grab a surfboard, you non-surfer, and go grab a blunt, you non-smoker, and go and catch the biggest wave and blow the biggest cloud. And I hope you sink as low as you need to sink, because you're already at the lowest that you could be. Why do you think you can articulate something, that you could bring something to fruition because you were foretold something, but you don't even know what the hell you were foretold because you can't even remember what's in your DNA? I've been telling you how to breathe or expressing to you. All you got to do is listen and practice it. And you go beyond that. Somebody said to me the other day, Red, you said you don't drink alcohol no more. And I says, look, I was invited out. There was offered a few drinks. And I says, you know what? I prefer to have the wine. I don't like the wine because it gives me headaches and this, that, and other. I said, but with you, because it doesn't bother me. They said, but if it's acting, your body's going through that change. What is that change? I said, oh, so you watch my YouTube channels. See, this is what I did. His inversion, I inverted. Because it was inverted. So I took upon myself to bring about the inversion to correct his fallacy. I said, so as you're watching, why don't you speak up? Have you given me a like? Did you subscribe? Well, obviously I've subscribed. See, now I'm in control of the narrative conversation. Just that quick. And I had expressed to him, I says, first of all, are you walking in this body? Do you have my source within yours, with your source? And the person's looking, he's like, I said, so why would you alienate yourself from my rationale to have me accept your irrationale? And we're right at the bar. And so I ordered some cauliflower hot wings because those are my favorite. And the guy there knows how to make mine perfect. So he garnished from what I suggested, because now I'm in control. And I even let him know, now I said, now I got you in my pocket. But my hands are in all your pockets. And it's not pool pockets that's going on. I control and own you right now. And I said, and the lady was listening. She was over there. And I says, so next time, why don't you just sit back and listen and actually pay attention? Then maybe you'll get where I'm coming from. See, a lot of you, I know there's some of you right now that feel some kind of way. I don't care. No, literally, I don't. Then why would you speak on it? Because I'm annotating you. I am allowing you to know that I'm aware that some of you think like that. And you probably think that you're hidden. You're not. You show it by the most meager of your actions. Trust me. Tartaria was real. The mud flood is real. How many of y'all actually looked at pictures of the Capitol when it was being rebuilt? How many of y'all saw how many levels they dug down? In one pocket, they dug down 12 levels. When I tell you they built upon ancient Most people looked at me like I was crazy, and then they lay a firm foundation in concrete and rock, and we did, and build steps because we don't want no more. But they've been down there. They know that when you say Underground Railroad, they know that one that I visited that was there was 2 levels underground and one in New York. Are you aware there's 4 or 5 more underground under there? But see, you don't want to hear, because see, whenever somebody gets close to something, the world is destroyed. You don't have to believe me. I really don't care. Because it's well recorded and well written and well documented. I saw 2 of them in the Library of Congress. The other one I read about, unaware of what I was reading, in the 1800s. Mud floods. And they were brought on by calamities. A destructive weapon. They have you believing the nuclear weapon, radon, right? Anyway, whatever it may be, right? All of a sudden popped up, and we used it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. No, first time they used it because it was new to them. They're idiots. They had no self-control, and they would kill their own Gog and Magog, their own people. But you doubt this, huh? Woe the ye of little faith and knowledge. Thank you, Snoo. I wish y'all would just take the time to allow yourself to acquiesce something other than what they've handed you and what you've got to do, especially as veterans who've been in the Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, Army, Marines. Because see, when we get there and we accomplish something, we feel great because, oh, I accomplished. That's what that little crap they gave us have nothing to do with the real world. It has something to do with their world of division and device. It's divisive and of division. And you don't even see it. You know how many guys I talked when I was in the city, and I listened to them, I talked to them, I says, wow, they got us so divided in ideology. And yet we're here on the same thing. I says, you see I said, do y'all see the blessing? I says, could you imagine removing this, the Army's greater than the Marine, or Marines greater than the Navy, or da-da-da-da, and start realizing that we are great people if we put our heads together, logistically and logically. A lot of them didn't get it. A few of them did. They were like, Red, man, maybe that's a little too soon. I said, we are beyond too soon. So if 3 get it and 100 don't, I'm cool. Steam tunnels is more than that, honey. Magnets, not new. None of it's new. Machinery, computers, none of it's new. Why do you think we keep creating it over and over? And they keep, I made me want to start singing that movie, The Bridge is Over. The bridge is over. I say, you're coming to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do that. They keep weaponizing everything. We already had great weapons to fight a far distant enemy. Now the enemy manipulates and utilizes the scourge of this earth or another earth. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter to me. I'm asking you to look deep within yourself. You don't have to capitulate to what I'm saying. I'm just sharing something because you don't know. And the majority of you didn't know nothing I'm talking about. And if you were following somebody else, I guarantee you, because me and that person or those individuals had the conversation. When me and Robel on Kerry on his platform, we still got the most views on it, she asked me if I come over there to help with tartaria, and I says, I think you've learned quite enough, Robel. You got this. You have a way and mannerism about you. Besides, you're a woman. I says, and they're going to listen to that because most men are perverted and so are most women. So I says, hold on to your horse, but they will get something. And I appreciate you, Rob, for doing that and always paying attention and listening, honey. Oh, I love me some Rob Bell, y'all. Snoo, that's my number one. I love me some Rob. Y'all be careful around where Chicago born. But the thing is, that was a while ago. But I have been talking about this for a long time, and I realized it was not reaching nobody's ear. It wasn't reaching nobody's ear. I was in New York. Went to the post office down in Manhattan. And I says, look at the building. I've got about 20 people. I said, look at the building. What do y'all think? It's pretty awesome. I says, do you think these Peckerwoods built this? And so I said, well, let's go up in here. And I took them to a section. I wanted them to see a book. This is around 2004. I think I was in law school. Was I pre-med or was it law school? I forget. I've been so much of that raggedy ass colleges. So anyway, and so I took them to this one section. You got to find it for yourself, guys, when you go there. And I opened a book and I showed them. They said, oh, wow, This was rebuilt too. I says you'd be surprised at who was trying to destroy it and why does it sit so high. And then when you go around to the back, I don't know if you can now, you can see windows, and even windows that are halfway in the concrete. I says, if you only knew the truth. Hey, Lloyd Wadu, you popped up. What's going on? Who's that? Who's that? Somebody, M Card. What's cracking, beloved? Shakira Kurz, what's cracking? How you doing, beloved? But anyway, I just wanted to come on, and there's much more. We know that cancer didn't exist. We know that there were, I believe there were about 6 diseases that these sons of bastards let loose. Do you know how many we have now? And it's all from these doggone shots, y'all. Every shot, and y'all just because they've been conditioned to accept from these, to continue to get and there's some of these people who are dealing out these shots, they're going, it's still on the steamroll. So we know that they're not going to live past 50. They're not going to make it to 70. No, I'm telling you, and they can call it medical misinformation one, because I challenge them and beat them in it. I'll beat them at their own game, and they don't want to play that with me. Trust me. This has been ongoing for a long time, and the more blood you give, the more you do, the more people die, the more people are murdered by these idiots, the more they're able to figure out with tissue samples and everything else, the more, because you got to remember, whenever they have an idea for something, they got to wait until somebody comes along and they write something and they find something. It's a little different. They say, okay, let's run with that, no matter the accidents. How many of y'all aware down in Florida at the Nassau place they deceive you at, before the rocket takes off, they have over 1.1 million tons of water that pops out. And y'all see all that steam, but you're not aware. They say that's to help with the vibration of the payload so it don't get destroyed. That's all visual for you. We don't need powerful rocket engines to make all them decibels. That, you know what that rocket engine does? It messes with Earth's harmony, frequency. Why is it that it takes so hard? It's so hard for you to figure these things out. When it's cracking through the air like that, what do you think it's doing to the natural ether, the ambient, the universe which is inside and around you? Why? Did anybody ever tell you to look at that? Well, why don't you research that and see what you find and what you come up with? Well, I just wanted to share that. I'm going to get off here now. I shouted everybody out, my beloved sisters and my wonderful brothers. Y'all look at some of that stuff. You don't have to be. And the final last thing is, not all you Negroes are from here. I know what you're going to say, but if we all originally started from here, how far you want to go back? Oh, we, regardless of where we come from, have been here for a long time. But we're like the last stand, people. I don't think you get that. So I appreciate everybody coming in. I shouted everybody out, right? I appreciate y'all taking the time. And yeah, research it, man. All right, everybody, research these things. There's few. Maybe you might find something that says that. No, Red, that's not right. I'm not saying everything. I didn't say facts about all this stuff. I'm saying look into it. Am I not saying it? But when it comes to the diseases and everything else, go back and watch. Go back and see. Go back and pay attention. Go back and record it in history. A lot of things they say is lies, but some things they cannot lie about. When we come back, we're going to dig into, because I got to read the encyclopedia of ancient giants in North America and Gods of Eden. You know I'm in love with that book. That book is phenomenal. It's new. Yes, baby girl, it's phenomenal. And then we're going to get into the other ones, going from the DNA gods all the way down to the last part of the heaven bearers, which is like only like another page left. All right? I appreciate you guys taking the time. I appreciate those who donate. I want to buy so much more. And I will. With your help, it's all inclusive. I'll be back on around 2 p.m. I believe at the East Coast. For those who, I know you don't believe in it, but that daylight crap, that would be, I guess, because we don't do daylight here. So it would be, I guess, 5 over there. I guess Texas is like an hour different for some weird reason. I don't know why. The meridian line, because that's below the 38 parallel or right in it. So I appreciate you guys. We're going to get this read on. You're going to enjoy some, you know, the information's good. And that's what a lot of people are paying attention to. You dig what I'm saying? So let me get off of here, get myself together. And like I said, you know, I love y'all, man. All right. Got a lot of work to do with hands and feet tied. But I tell you, never believe your hands and feet are tied. Know that your hands and feet are more freer than anybody's. But it's up to you what you're going to do with your hands and your feet. All right. All right. Y'all have a grand day. I'll see y'all here in a little bit.